Halo Infinite released almost a month early as a surprise for Xbox's 20th anniversary, an immense power move that I can admire. Not only did the game launch early, but they launched it in a technical state far superior than what I hoped for. I can't remember any bugs or glitches over the past month of playing. Halo Infinite is a really fun game, and is in many ways a return to form for the series, but it does have a few niggling issues. Now, usually a few niggling issues shouldn't be enough to kill your game, but these niggling issues are so major that they could hijack the entirety of this game's legacy. 343 can prevent this from happening, and in this video, I'm going to tell you how. Halo Infinite's core gameplay loop is something that will feel familiar to seasoned Halo fans. Infinite isn't a gigantic departure from the series, but Halo didn't really need that. Halo may have dropped off its perch over the last decade, but I don't think you could say the core gameplay loop of its multiplayer was ever not fun, unless Halo isn't really your thing. Halo isn't for everyone. I know it's not exactly a niche game, but some people don't like the large time to kill or the lack of precise ADS, and if someone doesn't like that, that's fine. But I do, and I had an absolute blast with Halo Infinite's multiplayer. It did make my Game of the Year list that released last week, if you fancy taking a peek, but if you want to know exactly where it came on my list, then you'll have to watch it. The feel of the weapons in Infinite is brilliant. For the most part, you do feel in control of your battles, and some rare instances aside, when I die, it does feel like I've been outplayed, or I've missed too many shots, or I didn't get enough headshots. Halo Infinite has a similar effect on me as Rocket League does, where if I get a few spare minutes, I'll hop on for a game or two. And then I might end up playing for a game of 5. Or, sometimes it just goes on longer than that. The game is played at breakneck pace, and it flows nicely as a result. The maps are the perfect size and have the perfect amount of enemies within them. Take COD Vanguard for example. Those maps are far too small for the increased player count. Or Battlefield 2042, where the maps feel far too big for the player count, which says a lot as the maps contain 128 players. But in Halo Infinite, you never go too long without seeing an enemy, and unless you run into a well-coordinated team, you can often just play like a god and have a power trip. The power weapons themselves don't feel overly strong to me, which I honestly think is a good thing. There's nothing worse than being on a killing spree, just for someone to rocket launch you into oblivion. Instances such as that feel much rarer in Infinite, and while some power weapons are still strong, such as the infamous Needler for example, it never feels overwhelmingly so. I did think that Splitgate put a lot of pressure on 343 when it released earlier this year, as it added something different to the classic formula Halo fans have grown to love. Whilst I still feel Splitgate is a strong game with a unique take on the Halo formula, I can't see myself playing it all that much now Infinite is out. But enough sucking of this game's sausage. There are a few major problems with this game that need to be addressed as soon as possible. This video won't actually go live until 2 weeks after I've done the voiceover for reasons, so if by the time this video comes out they've magically fixed all the issues, then I'll be a happy man and I will look stupid and I will accept all of the egg on my face. However, I feel like that is unlikely. The biggest problem with this game is of course the progression. I don't even know what they were thinking with this. Think of any multiplayer game ever. You have a level. The more you play the game, the higher level you get to. You can earn extra XP by completing challenges. Did you hear that? Extra XP by completing challenges, adding an incentive to not only play the game, but to get better at it and increase your skill level. In modern video games, you also have the introduction of the Battle Pass, or the Season Pass, or whatever it's called nowadays. So let's add that in there as well. In every multiplayer game with a Battle Pass, your progression through that Battle Pass is usually seasonal and separate from your overall level. Halo Infinite decided to be revolutionary and combine the two into one. And it does not work. You now just have your Battle Pass level, not your regular level, your Battle Pass level. The only way to level it up is to complete challenges. That's mental. They did recently have the ability to earn XP for 6 or 7 games or whatever, and I applaud them, I guess, for trying to fix it, but that's not enough. Even if the game had launched with that system, that wouldn't be enough. You could get 20 kills and 5 deaths and get the same XP as someone who just AFKs in the game, And a lot of people do that. There's no incentive to get better and improve yourself because you're not being rewarded for it. You could play 10 hours of this thing and be like level 4. It's a joke. A complete and utter joke. I really love the game, remember? I'm gonna keep playing it, but this is a disgrace. People just AFK or ignore the objective. I am one of the only people in the world, seemingly, who quite enjoys Oddball. But nobody else seems to, and since you can't specify by game mode, you get all these players who want to play Slayer, but have been forced into playing Oddball, completely ignoring the objective. And there's no reason for players to not AFK it anyway, because there's no way to check your stats in-game. You have to go online to the Halo tracker. Why wouldn't they add this? That is such a basic feature and it's missing. I don't even want to talk about the monetization. It's so incredibly predatory, and for some dumb reason I expected better from Xbox. Yes, whatever, it's a free-to-play game, they need to make money, I don't care. This is disgusting and it's anti-consumer. I'd rather the game be full price than be filled with this rubbish. The free-to-play model is a horrible practice disguised as a good thing. It's free, but if you don't want the default armor set, you've got to get the credit card out. It's a mess. I will admit that it's good that 343 are seemingly listening to the concerns of its fans, at least more than the likes of Activision and Ubisoft do. I will at least commend them for that, but I just don't understand how they thought any of this was acceptable in its current state. So, how do you fix it? Like this. Add a player level. Not a battle pass level, a player level. You get XP for each kill you get. A bit more if it's a headshot, or if you go on a kill streak. Add an extra 20 or so XP for each kill. Have easily obtainable daily challenges, such as play 4 games, win a game of Slayer, that sort of thing. Have rewards for leveling be pieces of gear, such as armor pieces or banners or something. But save the flashy stuff for the battle pass, since they're so, dead set on having one. Have the battle pass as a separate entity altogether, with more specific challenges such as win X amount of games on this map or get 10 kills with X weapon. That way, people can actively look to progress the battle pass if they want to, yet still progress through their player level organically. I can guarantee you that player engagement would go through the roof if they did it like this, but I doubt they will. They expressed their intentions right from the get-go with how slow progression is. They thought that was acceptable, and we can't forget that. Also, lower the prices of stuff by like 50%. I mean, Jesus, don't extort your long-time fans like this, Microsoft. Halo Infinite, at its core, is a wonderful game, with an engaging gameplay loop and a fluidity most modern shooters could only ever dream of. However, it is expeditiously bogged down by a snail-paced progression system and a predatory monetization scheme. All they need to do is overhaul both, possibly in the ways I suggested, possibly in different ways, but if they just change it completely, Halo Infinite would be saved. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, then please make sure to leave a like, as it would be greatly appreciated by me. And if you want to see more fantastic gaming videos just like this one, then make sure to subscribe, because I upload every single Friday. Have a nice day, and goodbye.